Welcome to Pontiac Solstice Adventures. I'm Larry. This is the 2025 edition of our trips with our little red car. Renee's in the house making faces at me through the window. So here's what we're doing. Tomorrow, which will be Wednesday, we're going to be heading out towards Taos, New Mexico. It is for the North American Solstice and Sky annual meet. We'll be doing a couple runs. I think we're going to be doing the Enchanted Circle run. We're going to be doing what's called a Wine and Wanderlust run. There's going to be a banquet and a car show, and who knows what else we're going to be there with. We're also going to be staying with some friends. They have a Pontiac Solstice coupe, which is a hardtop version of the convertible. Was not a whole lot of those made. It's a very rare Solstice, and they're going to be actually trailering theirs. Theirs has less than 10,000 miles. We're going to be staying in a little town called Angel Fire, and which is about 25 minutes or so from Taos. So anyway, thanks for joining us on our adventures, and it all starts right now. Trying to get out by 1 o'clock and got out by 12:57. I think the biggest hang up was So we've just, we're heading now west out of Springer, New Mexico. I took a real quick video there with the mountains in front of us because we're kind of in some trees right now. But we stopped, you stopped at you called it, we weren't going to have road trip rules, but she called it her road trip stop for a place called
The Depot.
The Depot.
I had a coffee, an iced frappuccino with caramel and vanilla. It was very good. Nothing to write home about, but it was good.
They said it had lavender in it.
Sorry, what did I just say?
Caramel and vanilla.
Caramel and lavender.
Caramel and lavender.
And met a cool guy that's riding his motorcycle across Route 66 all the way to the end.
From Omaha, Nebraska to
LA.
Oh, we've been out there. What is that pier? Santa Monica Pier, right?
Yeah. So, but we're headed, this road that we're on will take us to Angel Fire, New Mexico, Taos,
Yep.
and, or Red River. So it's a gorgeous, drive in the mountains. I'll flip this around for just a second so you can see. It's a gorgeous drive.
It is pretty.
People come up here in the wintertime to the ski resorts. That's what they're known for.
It's kind of interesting because when you get off the interstate at Springer, there's cattle guards. And Renee was asking me, what are those for? It's like to keep cattle off the interstate because the fences out here, you know, they aren't all that high tech of a fence.
I thought he was joking, but he wasn't joking.
No, it's a real thing out here.
So the map says we're like an hour 20.
Yeah, 74 miles.
Yeah, 74 miles, but it says about an hour 20 because of the curvy mountainous roads. But right now it's just gorgeous.
But in a Pontiac Solstice, we shouldn't have to slow down at all for the corners.
Oh, of course.
We just have to hold
We haven't taken the top down because, frankly,
the temperature's still a little warm. I'm gonna guess it's still in above 90s.
oh yeah.
So we rolled the windows down for just a little bit. It's still a little warm to try to drop the top, but
A lot of cactus out here.
yeah. Well, hey, today's Thursday. We're on the Enchanted Circle run at the NASSAM for 2025. No, they've got because we're stopped, they've put
I love it.
an umbrella up. Renee might take a picture there. You can see it right there. There's the umbrella is right there in the car behind us. So, anyway, last night we ate at La Cueva Cafe
In Taos,
New Mexico. We had a chips and salsa and guacamole, and then we had the combination platter. I'm not a big guacamole fan, but I ate that guacamole. I thought it was pretty good.
It was amazing. It came with chili relleno, chicken enchilada,
And burrito taco.
Looks like it was a mom and pop little cafe. We sat outside on the patio, listened to Hispanic music. Perfect.
They said that the green sauce is milder than their red sauce, and I thought it was excellent.
Yeah.
So,
Incredible food.
and we got pictures we'll put in right around here. And our first stop along this Enchanted Circle is the Angel Fire Vietnam Memorial, and it's an Angel Fire. Angel Fire's like 26 miles, but takes not quite an hour to get there because a lot of it was what you've just seen on the cam.
It's just a little ski resort town.
Ski resort town.
Elevation's about 8,300. population is a few hundred people.
Yeah. Ran into an old friend at the grocery store that I hadn't seen in how many years? Probably been 15, 10.
Beautiful. People come from all over the world to ski at Angel Fire.
So we just left the Red River Brewing Company. We all stopped there for lunch as a group. We had there was like a stuffed jalapeno. I don't know, somebody's name with stuffed jalapeno poppers. And they were jalapenos and cream cheese, brisket, which I thought was really different, all wrapped in bacon, and then served with ranch dressing. That was $17. Absolutely amazing.
We had a Hatch hamburger, so Hatch, green chili Hatch. Cheeseburger, sorry.
Yeah.
That's what New Mexico's known for. With homemade chips, perfect flavor, sweet and a little heat.
That was really good. And they put Hatch green chili on anything. I think if they were to buy Hatch green chilies, they'll put Hatch green chilies on them.
Yeah.
But the Red River Brewing Company also had their own barbecue sauce that we used on. I had some on my hamburger. Did you have any on yours?
No, I had it on my chips, and it was incredibly tasty, smooth.
It was more sweet. More
yeah.
sweet than I'm accustomed to.
Made with cane brown sugar.
Brown cane sugar. Yeah, not just brown sugar, but brown cane sugar.
Yeah.
I really think that's probably what makes it really sweet there. So
we went across the street to Fudge Company there in Red River, and Larry got a strawberry truffle, and I got a piece of blueberry pecan brittle. That stuff was to die for.
I need to figure out how to make that.
That was good.
Let's make that on Tuesdays in our house.
So there are 11 of us.
Yeah.
That have made this trip, and we put the top up when we got to Red River because it was toasty, as you could tell from probably a little sunburn that we have. But before that, we had a good 2 hours.
Yeah, good 2 hours.
Yeah.
So we stopped at the Angel Fire Vietnam Memorial.
It was incredible, symbolic.
Yeah.
Family whose son died in Vietnam and given a few acres to have this developed, and it was a beautiful place.
And the museum was really cool inside. I mean, lots of. I mean, North Vietnamese flags and rifles and.
Yeah, if you know someone that was in the Vietnam War, that'd be worth a stop.
It'd be a very solemn thing. Be a very solemn thing.
Yeah.
We are on our way right now to Taos. We're about 15 miles or so is what the sign said, maybe.
Yeah, I think 12-15 miles. We're going through here the Carson National Forest is where we've been through. We just left that area. That is a very beautiful area in the mountains that you drive through.
Tonight there's a car show.
A car show,
car
yeah.
show.
For all the Solstice and Sky.
And then we're also supposed to go to the Taos High School and get a
group photo
picture with everybody in their cars, and we're supposed to have our t-shirts on, I think. So, but this is kind of interesting. They have at the hotel where this is being held at car washing stations. And I thought I was a little insane about washing my car. There's
Oh no.
no. I'm like, oh yeah, you don't have a problem.
Yeah. They also have
some of the people we've met need a 12-step program for.
Well, and do they also have? Are those two mechanics over there?
Yeah, there's two mechanics with RPM Motorsports, and was talking with I think his name was Scott. I don't know what his name was, but he's like, for $1,100, I can go take you from 260 horsepower to 320 horsepower tomorrow, which would have been today. I don't know what I'm doing with 260 horsepower, let alone another 60 horsepower on top of that.
So this road trip on the Enchanted Circle, I mean, the elevation we got up to 8,500. Taos is going to be about 6,500.
Well, but we had to have been banging our head on over 10.
No, they said the highest point that we got to was 9. So, but it's a beautiful area if you've never been to New Mexico, even if you don't have a Solstice and you just want a good road trip. It is a beautiful area, and there's lots to see and do, and not to cost you anything, just some gas.
In all fairness, there were people driving RVs through here. They're not having near as much fun as we are, and they can't go near as fast as we are. So tonight we ate at the, what was it called? The Earth Ground Cafe?
Kitchen.
Earth Ground Kitchen.
Something.
They have these ovens that are built into the ground. And like and it's Mediterranean, or I wouldn't even go.
No, it's Lebanese.
It's Lebanese, yeah. When probably not
Mediterranean.
Probably not as Mediterranean as you and I are used to.
No, it's Lebanese food.
Yeah, Lebanese. So
It was good.
It was good.
Very different.
They had called a feast for one for $40. You got a choice of appetizer and a salad and an entree. And for the salad, we got the tabbouleh. I thought the tabbouleh was really good.
It was good.
Then we got, for the appetizer, it was garlic. Sorry, it keeps falling here. For the appetizer, we got garlic lebna. Is that what?
I don't remember what it was.
So, but it was like a garlic and yogurt and spices, and there was some kind of hot oil on it. I thought it was really good. It had like five little green olives in it.
You dip your peanut bread in it.
Dip your pita bread in it. I liked it. What do you think?
I thought it was good.
Okay. And then they had a choice between lamb and prime rib and pork. And the lamb had been cooked for 18 hours in this
Underground oven.
also had the photo for the car meet, and then there was a car show at the hotel. I think the organizers of the car meet wanted more spaces, or maybe spaces out front by the road. I don't know. The car show was just,
there wasn't enough
it had
places.
it just had a strange feel to it.
There wasn't enough places to park.
But all in all, we had an excellent time. We're heading back to the house. Tomorrow we have the Wine and Wanderlust run, which shouldn't be very long. And then there's a banquet tomorrow night. Is that right?
Yep,
Banquet
and
tomorrow
they
night?
do the car show prizes.
Oh, car show prizes and then a silent auction.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
anyway, that's what we've done this evening. Anything else you want to add, Renee?
no, just tired.
Just tired. We'll be back in the morning. Well, it is Friday morning.
And we are headed back to Taos. We just had breakfast at the Angel Fire
The bakery at Angel Fire.
Bakery at Angel Fire. They're open year round.
Yep.
Had an ultimate burrito, which was just ham and sausage and bacon,
And they had
scrambled eggs.
They came with a red enchilada sauce, which was really good. And then they also had it's like a green chili sauce gravy.
Not spicy, just very good flavor.
And I thought that was awesome.
Homemade. And they have I had a bakery selection. So we split a burrito and a
Blueberry muffin.
blueberry muffin that was probably the best blueberry muffin. It was in the case,
Yeah.
and it was warm and moist and excellent flavor.
So for burrito and a blueberry, a coffee, and a soda pop was
How much?
$35.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was $35.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, me either. Until I paid for it.
Wow.
So,
I wonder if we split it.
yeah, that would have been enough. But you were reading last night that Taos and Angel Fire and this area up here has.
Taos, not Angel Fire.
Oh, Taos, okay.
One of the it's most expensive places. It's number 11 in the nation for trying to fly in, for cost-wise and a vacation. Just because it's such a remote area, not a lot of
And I will say,
places to fly.
just in evaluating, just the places we've been, like Rio Deso was not near this expensive on meals.
Oh no, or anything. So we'll get over to Taos to the Sagebrush and meet up with the other Solstice members, and we are going on a Wanderlust.
Wine and Wanderlust.
Yeah, so a 65-mile road trip.
And there's like a gas station museum that we're going to, I think is where we're supposed to end up.
You might see I have on the Solstice t-shirt for 2025. So, beautiful day. It's going to be hot again.
done a thing to their coupe, and it's what's it got, 11,000
Yeah,
miles on it.
about 11,000.
So
It's a cool car.
yeah, so but anyway, so last night there was, I guess I had fajitas, and they had it's kind of interesting just to listen to the stories. I thought it was interesting.
At a banquet.
At a banquet.
Silent auction awards. It was interesting. It was
Had a good time.
lots of memories were shared. The run that we did yesterday was absolutely incredible. People were great. It was a beautiful day.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of pretty scenery.
I guess the one next year is going to be in Kingston, Ontario. We looked it up. Was it 23 hours and 48 minutes
Yeah.
or something like
Yeah.
that? That's just the drive. That's just the drive. I don't know if we're going to sign up for that one. Then I guess 2027 is in Sonoma, California. That's probably more doable for us. But I know this much. For our first one, we had a good time. At the banquet, they had people stand and then sit down if it was the first or second year. And there's only really a handful of us that was even our first time.
Right, and people over 10 years or longer. It was very few people.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but it was kind of interesting that most people were in that 5 to 10 year. They've been a part of that for 5 to 10 years. So,
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty interesting.
So the winery, we may have a man that lived there. He was 65. He'd lived there since he was 3.
Yeah.
He worked in Los Alamos and retired after 37 years and came back to start a winery on his property.
And it was really kind of interesting because he said, "Hey, do you want to come out and see my tree?" And I was like, I've never had a conversation like that. But what would you? Anyway, here's the thing: is that he had the state's largest cottonwood tree.
It's huge. It was measured. He had it certified.
Yeah, it was 35 feet around in circumference. I've got a little video. We'll show it here in just a second.
Siblings that have toppled over since. They have shallow roots, and so
But 35 feet in circumference, 117 feet tall, and 120 feet across.
It was incredible.
And we were still, I don't know, we were still probably 100 feet away from the dang tree, and it was humongous.
Yeah.
So,
And he took us inside where he makes his wine and into his tasting room. We sampled probably 15 to 20 different wines.
yeah,
From sweet to dry.
right.
He would tell us a little bit about, the soil, what fruit went into it. It's just him and his son.
Yeah.
His wife came to visit while we were there and helped, but he was
And he called her up and just said, "Hey, come down and see the cars."
Yeah.
So,
He was an incredible hostess. And just host.
he was a host.
Yes. He was just an incredible story, just very down to earth, and just wanted to share what he loves to do.
And we've probably had, 3 or 4 wines in
Ever in our life. But he taught me more about wine and like what you're supposed to do, and it was, he ages some of it in
bourbon barrels.
barrels. So
And those had a different taste.
different flavor.
Yeah.
Yep, they sure did.
And I will say this much, there were some wines that I just did not like.
No. But like he said, this is how you figure out what you
What
like
you do like.
and what you don't like. And yeah.
Because we got a bottle of apricot wine that I really liked it.
I thought it was good. Yeah.
We'll save it for something special.
Yeah.
burn on your arm, but not bad.
Not bad. No. So
Anyway, would
It
you
was
do it
worth
again?
it.
Would you do it again?
I would. It was worth
Okay.
it. It was worth it. Not to Ontario, but to Taos I would.
To Taos. Well, we're about ready to stop here. But hey, thanks for watching. What are you telling Renee at the end?
Like and subscribe.
Right. Because maybe we'll get up to 20 subscribers on this one. We'll see. Our next trip will be up to Denver in August. Anything else we're planning, Renee?
Not
Yeah?
right now.
Not right now. Might have something in September.
Yep, we'll see.
You'll see. Well, hey, thanks for watching. We're pulled over here at Stratford, but see you next time.
Bye.
Welcome to the 2025 edition of Pontiac Solstice Adventures. I'm Larry. Renee is in the house making faces at me through the window. She's doing it right now, too, because she knows what I'm doing. Oh, she's going to get out and say hi. You're going to come out and say hi on camera? Or we've got to start our 2025 edition. Well, that's one for the, that's probably going to be one for the